This couloir behind me is the scene of an avalanche fatality that happened on Saturday, April 11th. What happened was there was a group of 4 skiers. They actually had been watching the weather all week and reading the avalanche advisory, trying to time their descent of this couloir perfectly to get perfect conditions. So they came in on Saturday, ascended a couloir on the other side of Beehive Peak, which this is, gained the summit, and then entered at the top of this couloir. They were concerned about the wind, which had just picked up when they got to the top. They assessed the couloir for wind effect, which would have created wind slabs, and they determined it was safe. It looked good to them. And they initially, all 4 of them, one at a time though, descended the narrow upper part of the couloir. And one at a time they regrouped to the skier's right underneath a rock face. Then the victim in this case went first for the next section, and you can see there's a small crown 10 to 20 feet wide that he triggered. It's important to note that here it's not really the size of the avalanche. Even the smallest pocket that knocks you off your feet, which happened here, can be deadly because of the terrain. They had done everything right. They had reduced their risk as small as you possibly can in this terrain. The problem is we can't bring it down to 0, and because of the way the terrain is, and the fall line then sends you over the cliffs, and because of that the terrain is extremely unforgiving. He was swept over the cliffs, he died of trauma, and he ended up down much closer to the lake. His partners were able to go down to him within a minute and quickly determined he was deceased. There wasn't enough debris to have buried him. That's not the issue here, it's the terrain. They then determined he was deceased and then climbed up this face where at the ridge they were able to get cell reception and call search and rescue, who later that day was able to come in with a helicopter